goalkeeper. Taking control of this match, our very top qualified umpires, qualified umpires, Matthew Cole and Becky Scott.
What a game this is set to be. Battle right from the start with these two centres to begin with. Catherine Hughes versus Nick Cook. It's got everything in it today.
Well, these two teams will no doubt show an outstanding battle of force and wit. Clever netball going to be on display here. How to work around their oppositions.
Yeah, they're going to be forced in that circle to meet every single ball because we've seen this defensive unit go on everything.
And that first turnover goes to Valley Volcanoes. Erin Hook called for a replay ball.
Yeah, Catherine.
And Eris Reynolds changing her angle.
Oh, and another turnover.
And Northeast Inferno getting their hands back on the ball straight away with a turnover from Tash Jarvis.
And there's
Catching
that
Hughes.
twin-to-twin ball that you were talking about before. Goal attack to centre.
Being very cautious here, aren't they, Northeast Inferno, about putting that ball in with that defensive combination of Perry and Kidner.
Yeah, Kidner should have gone with that for two hands. It was a bit of an ambitious ball, rising chest pass. But still, with Hook.
Erin Hook starts off the scoring here. 1 goal on the board now for Northeast Inferno. Did well to retain their centre pass. Nick Cook, a powerhouse on that circle edge. Balderson finds Reynolds.
And the thing that Cook does so well is just a bit of disguise on the ball. It makes the feed in really accurate.
Well, George Jenkins, we know, will shoot from anywhere in that circle, but Catherine Hughes, what a ball that was to Daltrey. Erin Hook. And a rare miss from her, hitting that rim. And Kidner takes the rebound.
It's really important now that they I've just jinxed it, that they capitalise on this because they've had a couple of turnovers now, Valley Volcanoes, just struggling to take it through to goal.
And as we were discussing with Nick Cook earlier, Northeast Inferno are a team that will punish you for those kind of mistakes. But Erin Hook, again, not quite getting her hands on the ball.
And I wonder how much that is due to the pressure of Kidner. You know, she's not an easy player to play against, so just maybe a little bit of doubt in her mind.
But Catherine Hughes does not give up.
Yeah, another turnover that they've failed to take through. Hopefully this won't affect their chances. You just, like, these margins are going to be so slim against this team. You're not going to win loads.
You will not be gifted many turnovers from Northeast Inferno. Becca Hughes on the ball now. And she sinks that shot effortlessly.
She's going to have to turn and shoot, Becca Hughes, today. She's not going to be able to offload them all.
And what pressure that was from Northeast Inferno's defensive setup. Nick Cook, rarely from Nick Cook is she unable to get that centre pass away. We're seeing a lot at the minute of Erin Hook coming out of that circle. It's not what she normally does in these kind of games.
No, and I do think, like I say, it's the defence that she's playing against rather than the style that she's used to. But at the moment, her defensive unit have done enough to turn the ball back over, but maybe not this time.
And Jenkins evens up the score. Hughes to Hughes.
Lovely, patient decision.
There is Hook bouncing the ball off the feet of Kidner. Reynolds finds Cook. Almost taken out by Jones.
They're just better to mix up that centre pass from Valley Volcanoes there. So they learn. We talked about this team before. They learn in the game really quickly.
They definitely do learn in the game, and no doubt they would have done their homework since the game yesterday versus Northeast Inferno, as what we saw yesterday as Kidner comes out for that incredible fly. North East ran away with the game at the start of it yesterday versus Volcanoes, but not this time.
Yeah, not many people have managed to make the Twins look silly on that pass, but Kidner definitely has the capacity to.
Oh, Jade Balderson saves the rebound off the back line. And the Volcanoes bench celebrate every goal. And that was a crucial turnover for Volcanoes.
Oh, smart. Really smart play.
Balderson unable to take that shot. Jarvis
did well to get hands on that rebound, and this is an opportunity now for North East Inferno. Again, they're not going to get gifted many turnovers, so.
Both teams very heavy on defence, but also both teams very composed in the way they move the ball. Catherine Hughes happy to recycle to Jones.
Smart as well.
Daltrey on the circle edge. Becca Hughes just holding steady for Hook to take the ball and bring the score back level. Crucial turnover again for North East Inferno.
That's a positional switch we had as well. Kidner went to go out and Perry dropped in. So smart, the two defenders, but.
That is more like it from Erin Hook. That's what we're used to seeing from her. Inferno now take the lead by 1. It's going to be whichever team cracks first in this game.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do, is just stick to their job, stick to their game plan. Don't get pushed off of it by what the opposition are doing. Be confident in their capacity.
Jenkins sets a shot again, and still a bit rushed on that shot maybe. Contested contest at the post. Nice and easy. Oh, Perry wanted that one from Daltrey, but was protected. Lovely ball from Becca Hughes. And Hook did well to stay on for that one.
That was great confidence by North East Inferno to let it go through that zone, because it could have crumbled a lesser team, but they're confident in their capacity, and they do pass with, a centimetre of distance to give it.
Well, North East Inferno have such patience on the ball, happy to play it around 6, 7, 8 times before putting it where they want it. Becky Hughes attempting to go quickly. Becky Scott brings them back. Lovely triangle work from the other Hughes.
And Catherine Hughes got there just by meandering slowly, walking to the pocket so no one noticed her.
Again, silent assassin work from Catherine Hughes as she is through court. Nick Cook finds Balderson. And there's that shot from Jenkins that we've seen throughout this tournament. So composed, so cool.
Oh, great challenge.
Steph Perry, knowing it was probably going to Catherine Hughes.
I thought that was really well run, shoulder on shoulder, but.
And again, so much patience from North East Inferno. And Steph Perry collects that rebound of Erin Hook's shot.
Good decision to wait on that pass, because Catherine Hughes covered it, but just the change of angle made her free.
Oh, Caitlin Jones comes right through the middle for that one and brings the ball right up court.
So fast on that speed of transition, my goodness me.
I don't think anyone could stop that ball coming up court. Nick Cook deep in pocket. Reynolds to Balderson. Back out to Cook. Swinging it over to Reynolds, back in to Balderson. Lovely triangular work. Well, the Hugheses are not the only sisters on this court today for this match. Steph Perry and her sister Sammy Jo Williams playing in defence.
Proud parents, talented families.
Talented families, and that is the end of the first quarter. What a fast first quarter that was. Absolutely wonderful netballs displayed by both teams. 8 goals to 6. Northeast Inferno lead by 2 goals, and what a start it was. We knew it was going to be fast and feisty, the competition between these two teams, but there's nothing between them, is there?
There isn't, and you know what? Volcanoes have had the turnover. They had the turnover early on, and they almost gifted quite a few back then, and they just need to be patient with their possession. In terms of slowing down Northeast Inferno, they need to do something about the speed of their transition. They're almost, for a team that have been so brilliant, they're almost caught napping a bit. And I think sometimes teams fall foul of just trying to find their own player on a turnover. Sometimes you just need to step across the nearest player and keep them up, just to delay it a little bit to allow everybody to get back on defence.
Well, we've said that Northeast Inferno will not gift you many turnover balls or many errors, but neither will Valley Volcanoes, so they do need to be capitalised on when it does happen. And Inferno have definitely done more of that capitalisation, if that's a word, work so far, haven't they? And Valley Volcanoes have really brought it back. Jenkins is on fire with her shooting and some lovely triangular work on that circle edge.
There is. The triangles don't get them too much closer to the post, though, at the minute. I think what the defence unit for Northeast Inferno of Jarvis and Jones are doing really well. They're keeping them away from the post and forcing them more to take the long shots, which is smart work. But they keep using your triangles, but maybe be a bit smarter about using them when it's going to get you close to post. And if that's not going to work, what other skills do you have? Because I know for a fact that these two shooters do have those skills. Jenkins is great on a screen, so if the triangle isn't in there, what about the swing and then a drive and having your goal shooter screen off that defender? Just mix it up a bit.
Absolutely, and we do know that they do have that in their playbook to be able to do it. Both coaches now having their final words with their teams.
And I love it because you can see how much input both of these teams are getting. This is really high-level stuff. They've done their homework. They've made notes. They're now tweaking play. You can see Jess with a pen in her hand. She's been writing it down. So it's high-level coaching as well as high-level playing.
Jess Sutton making sure she has everything she needs to give to Nick Cook when they come off the court. No changes for Valley Volcanoes and no changes either for Northeast Inferno. The umpires will take their time going onto the court. We'll want to use all this time, but as Nick Cook has mentioned a few times, if they sit too long, they seize up and they want to keep going as quickly as they can.
You can tell they're elite athletes because, to be honest with you, in my quarter times, in my netball games, I'm quite happy to sit down.
I feel like it goes too quickly. Well, Katrin Hughes sets us off again. And Nick Cook straight away with that tip off the sideline.
Yeah, better centre pass defence by Volcanoes.
This zonal box defence that Valley Volcanoes produce, causing Northeast Inferno to really spread the ball.
But they do, though, don't they? And they're so patient. They drive to ball, they pull away, they change direction.
They're a team that can really change things around. Erin Hook did well there to protect her space from Kidner. But again, a rare miss from Hook. And Nick Cook takes a hit from Katrin Hughes, but gets up smiling.
I love that.
She is strong. I don't know who came off worst on that knock. Was it Katrin or Nick?
But it's the fact that it's in such good spirits. They're contesting so hard on the court, but, you know, there's no malice in it. They're smiling. They help each other up.
And another rare miss from our calibre of shooters here, Georgia Jenkins. Still waiting for someone to score in this second quarter.
Need to remain disciplined if they're going to create pressure.
That ball being... Nick Cook that defensive pressure causing her and letting her come in, they earned that fly.
Absolutely, the pressure of the three out the front and the pass off from in the middle, stunning.
And there is that turnover that Valley Volcanoes desperately needed. 7 goals to 8.
They've got to keep moving onto the ball here.
And
Lovely.
should Balderson sink this one, as she does, she takes us back level, 8 goals apiece. Well, if this game continues as it is, we might find ourselves in another round of extra time. Daltrey high in the air for that one.
Yeah, Kidner clapped her hands because she partially went and then decided not to. She needs to back herself.
Well, Erin Hook, no issues there. Sammy Jo Williams backs up. Nick Cook takes herself back. And Daltrey thought the ball was on for Hook, but it's never on against Kidner in that kind of space.
Yeah, and that through court pass was a mistake by Cook, and she'll know that.
Nick Cook picking up Daltrey on the side of the circle. Lovely swing from
and
Hughes to Hughes.
Yeah, and the difference there is Katrin had seen what was on, but great pickup on the missed shot. It's a couple of misses, like you say. Pressure?
I would agree, pressure. Yeah, probably between these two teams, but the calibre of shooters we have, you would expect them to be used to that kind of pressure by now, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it's the calibre of the defence, isn't it, as well, that causes the pressure, but I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Trisha Jenkins walking towards the post and sinks the shot.
I always
9
wonder whether
goals.
she's looking at the crowd and taking a breath. I always wonder whether Jenkins wants to be brought closer in or whether she prefers to be further out.
Well, Jessica Daltrey was called for breaking there, and Nick Cook couldn't quite catch it on circle edge. Tries to contest Becky Scott's umpiring, but we know Becky Scott won't take any of it.
Again, got to stay clean, stay clean.
Discipline is very much key here for both teams. Oh, Hughes to Hughes again.
And it's the speed of their movement, which is, oh, Nick Cook!
Caitlin Jones! Caitlin Jones! She took that fly on the run, landed her feet and gave the ball away to Tash Jarvis.
This is absolutely unbelievable. Turnover after turnover by driving hard and reading the play.
I'm still reliving that moment, I think, in my head of watching that whilst Nick Cook flies off the side of the court and is unlucky. She smacks the floor as frustration with herself.
Oh, just miscommunication between Kidner and Perry.
And Becca Hughes keeps composure.
And it was their centre pass as well, so they'll be relieved that that went in.
And it's so difficult, isn't it? How high pressure every goal is to then have to settle as a shooter and then put the ball up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Balderson.
Lovely.
Nick Cook telling her just not to touch that ball again after she dropped it.
Great confident shot by Balderson. Jenkins was there for the rebound. She created a good rebound position. Oh, I got goosebumps.
My heart is racing. I don't know if it's from the caffeine we've had today or from this match.
Maybe a bit of both?
Maybe a bit of both. The strength of these players. Taking every ball. We are goal for goal here as Wykes tries to come through Reynolds. Caitlin Jones covers off Balderson.
Oh, lovely reverse hand turning, getting the ball back. Double jump.
Oh, Jarvis. The athleticism to pull off that kind of double jump.
Yeah.
Isn't it? To rebound off the floor so quickly in Jarvis.
Someone definitely does plyometrics in their S&C session. And that's the smarts of Jenkins. She's got herself into some good rebound positions this quarter. It's not been needed yet, but that time it was. And I love that. She's like, no, you put it up again. making sure that the last shot that Balderson has taken has been one that she's sunk.
All about the mindset of these players for this match. They could run and run all day, but you have to be in the right headspace.
Oh, Sammy Jo Williams pinged for contact.
And Daltrey just walking into it. Becca Hughes. Nick James just holding on to her on the side of the circle.
What a stretch.
Hughes.
Oh,
3 seconds. It's Kidner, absolutely outstanding reach. And there goes Perry charging up the court. The transition of these two teams, outstandingly quick.
That was a great transition. And that was the speed that we've seen from Northeast Inferno. So it's great to see Valley Volcanoes just ploughing through.
And Jade Balderson scores that important turnover as it's now Volcanoes' centre pass. But oh, that ball from Reynolds. Again, doesn't happen often, does it?
But that's the critical moment, isn't it? They've gone through at such pace on that last turnover. And they've carried that pace into the next centre pass when actually what they needed to do was change the speed of the game.
Holding by Reynolds. Now a chance for Northeast Inferno to take it back level before taking their own centre pass. Catherine Hughes finds Becca.
I'm not sure she knew how she ended up with that ball.
But Erin Hook sinks it anyway. And it's turnover for turnover. It's like a game of tennis.
Yeah, or ping pong.
Well weighted from Becca Hughes to find Daltrey and back again to Hughes.
You know what? It was honourable of Perry to go and... Oh, she's got the rebound. I was going to say to go and get that ball at the centre pass, but it almost played in against her because she was out of position for it, but it doesn't matter. I feel like that's like a little bit of netball karma, giving her the ball back.
It was a bit of netball karma. Nobody wants to be out of position.
Oh.
And Jade Balderson takes us back. 13 plays 12 now for Volcanoes and it's on their centre pass thanks to that turnover from Perry. Oh, Caitlin Jones on the extension, on the run, cuts off the angle of Balderson. Now composure required.
Catherine Hughes. Oh, goodness me. Such quick hands between Becca Hughes and Jessica Daltrey.
And Erin Hook. There's the shot. Every time there's a turnover, there's another one coming. And Catherine Hughes is screaming for the ball with 20 seconds left on the clock.
It's a really long time. Oh, Kidner.
Tisha Kidner knows exactly what that one was for, to get rid of the ball. But time has been called by umpire Matt Cole. And it will restart now with 5 seconds. But Kidner again! Wonderful outside arm. Becca Hughes! And what fantastic work from the defensive setup of Kidner and Perry then to just stop Northeast Inferno from getting that all-important goal to take them 1 goal ahead at the half-time mark. That is what you want from a defensive setup, right?
Oh, absolutely stunning. And not only that, then the error of like not being off court to take the throw in. Interestingly, the time stopped, but the umpire didn't call the time or play the time on. So I'm sure they'll be having a conversation about that now at the bench, but it doesn't impact the game, luckily, because the defence were so outstanding.
Outstanding is the word for that performance. Well, in that quarter, Valley Volcanoes came out on top after scoring 8 goals compared to Northeast Inferno, who scored 5. Well, turnover for turnover. We see Valley Volcanoes turning the ball over, scoring 1 ahead, and then Northeast Inferno counter right back. But there's nothing to tell them apart. We've seen incredible acrobatics all through the court. But there's no changes you would make. There's nothing broken to fix.
No, I think the difference is there's a little bit more pressure on the through court for for Valley Volcanoes. Valley Volcanoes they're causing it for Northeast Inferno. Let me get my words out properly. We talked about the fact that Northeast Inferno flew through the court very quickly on transitions in the first quarter. The way to counteract that is Valley Volcanoes have gone, okay, we're going to sit in a zone, and then we don't necessarily have to be man on that because we can't get back man on. That zone has been invaluable for them. Yes, there's been times when Northeast Inferno brought it through, but when they are bringing it through, it's under more pressure. So it's a superb tactical change by them.
And Volcanoes have really done their homework, haven't they, after watching their game yesterday? Because we were talking to Nick Cook, head coach earlier of Valley Volcanoes, and she was saying how difficult it is to slow down the game of Northeast Inferno once they get on that run, because their pace is so fast through court. How do you stop it? And their box defence was just too narrow because they would spread the court.
Yeah, and so therefore what they've done is stick a mid-court zone on and gone more man-on. Although they're switching at the back, I think that's so much smarter for them, because actually the speed of ball movement between Northeast Inferno around the circle and the accuracy of their passes means that your fly has to be pinpoint perfect to get it, and actually that's almost impossible. So their change in tactic, superb. Absolutely superb.
Superb indeed. Well, we have seen, like we said, flies all over. Tish Kidner is eyeing up so many balls from the back of that circle, but knowing she's backed up by Perry if she does go on the fly. Same is happening for Tash Jarvis and Caitlin Jones in the back for Northeast Inferno. And of course we have the wonderful moving ball, fast feet, fast hands of Hughes and Cook, Reynolds, Balderson. And let's not forget Jess Daltrey in there as well, doing all the work. Well, changes that we are seeing on court now for Northeast Inferno. Lowry Barker has decided to put Molly Underhill in at goal shooter, and Ashley Davis comes on at wing attack. Catherine Hughes has moved into wing defence, and Jess Daltrey moves into that centre position. For Valley Volcanoes, there is no changes, and they've left their starting seven, the same as the cheers from the bench when they wait for the umpires.
I can see why they've made a change, because it didn't work so well for them that quarter, but it does make me nervous when you've not got the Hughes sisters playing together. I think their combination between them, their telepathy, we didn't see it as much in the second quarter, so I totally understand it, but could you have brought it back in? I'm not sure. Is separating them a mistake? It has been for me in the past when I've seen it. I've thought they've not played as well when they've been split. But you know what? I'm pretty sure that I've been wrong on most decisions that I've disagreed with throughout these last 2 days. So,
well, Lowry Barker has made that decision, and we have seen Ashley Davis come on and make an impact, haven't we, for Northeast Inferno previously? And we know that Jess Daltrey can be a powerhouse in that centre position. Molly Underhill now plays against Tish Kidner, more height in that circle, so a total game changer for Northeast Inferno as Nick Cook starts us off.
So I'm just going to play devil's advocate. Do you want more height? Do you want to put it over Letitia Kidner, or did you want to keep Erin Hook in and keep that footwork movement?
Oh, who knows? But Lowry Barker does. I wonder what's going through her head right now. Caitlin Jones.
Oh, wow.
She read that absolutely impeccably well.
She matches up so well against Balderson, doesn't she?
Oh, it's a perfect match. And we talked at the beginning, didn't we? It's a player-for-player match, and that's exactly what we're getting in that defensive circle.
Lovely out by Jenkins.
Balderson just short and
I'm not sure she can claim that was contact. I think she was already off balance.
She was, and attempted to throw the ball back in, but didn't quite land her feet. Jenkins now takes Valley Volcanoes one up.
Let's see how this new front lineup plays out. Oh, Kidner's out. She's back in.
Kidner is that hunting defender that you do not want to steal the ball. Molly Underhill. First shot of the game for her.
So far, so good.
So far, so good on Lowry Barker's decisions. And there is Tash Jarvis coming through for that ball. Fighting for space.
It is such a good fight as well.
Well, Georgia Jenkins attempted to pop to Jade Balderson. Balderson was not ready. Inferno now need to keep calm here. Nick Cook, though, not letting Becca Hughes get on the end of that ball.
She sprinted faster than Usain Bolt through that court to get that tip.
I don't think I saw her. She was so fast.
Like the Flash.
Underhill getting on the end of every of these balls now. More option under the post for Northeast Inferno. Daltrey. Nice little 1-2. Oh, wonderful fake. However, Perry was there. They threw Kidner into that jump. And Underhill.
Just need to get two hands on this, Kidner and Perry.
Oh, there's the ball in. Perry now pulled for contact.
And she hedged it. She went on the edge, just didn't quite get back in time, but that's dangerous. She's going to get one of them, if not more.
She is going to get more than one, and I'm probably feeling that. Balderson resetting all the way back to Perry.
It's good defence here from Northeast Inferno.
Northeast Inferno so heavy on the man-on-man. And Caitlin Jones pulled up, so Balderson is free in that circle. Jarvis doing everything she can. Balderson taking that back to a 1-goal deficit.
Oh,
and Daltrey absolutely on her own, because Becca Hughes drew Nick Cook all the way the other side of the court, didn't she?
Yeah, and that was a great ball in. Maybe I lie. Maybe there is a team that can put it over the top of Kidner, and maybe this is the team.
Maybe this is the team indeed, but also the team that can play around Jarvis and Jones is Volcanoes, because Balderson just did exactly that.
It's great because we've seen a really defensive game, and I feel like now we're seeing a really attacking game.
Contact call against Ashley Davis, and there is that very rare turnover you will get against Northeast Inferno. But they will be hard on defence now.
Lovely quick hands.
Lovely ball from Cook to Reynolds. Jarvis gets a hand in.
Oh, obstruction against Jarvis, I think.
She is being very unlucky at the moment in that shooting circle. She's putting everything on the line. And we're now back to 17 goals apiece. Reynolds over to Sammy Jo Williams.
It was a great give and go as well. And what a screen.
What a screen from Georgia Jenkins. You did mention how good she was at that screen. Drew in both defenders.
Oh, Kidner covering everything in the world.
Letitia Kidner covered every square inch of that circle. Balderson. And she takes it as well. 19-17 now to Valley Volcanoes, and it's on their centre pass.
Oh, well held. It's lovely because they've taken the speed out a little bit and they've just calmed it down.
Oh, what a held from Nick Cook in between the legs.
And that's why you do your ball skills, people.
Tidy up call given to Tash Jarvis. Matt Cole has seen enough from her. Well, 3 goals the lead now for Valley Volcanoes. Northeast Inferno have got some work to do.
Yeah, we're starting to see a gap. I have no doubts that that won't stay like this the whole time.
Oh, Molly Underhill. Lovely split land. And a lovely shot to finish that off.
Possession's the call from the bench. Absolutely right. Now they just need to look after the centre pass.
Catherine Hughes climbing all over Nick Cook. Both of them equally matched, aren't they? And even though Catherine Hughes is out of that centre position, she knows she is going to be on Nick Cook like glue.
Oh, unlucky.
Jones, unlucky, like you said. Lovely rebound from Balderson.
And the hook in from Jenkins, like Balderson got the rebound and Jenkins literally just gave her a tap. It's almost that encouragement of, you got this. We talked before about connected teams. That is the connectivity.
Definitely is. And that ball from Daltrey should absolutely go nowhere near the circle with someone like Tish Kidner in there.
Yeah, that was like a moment of madness from Daltrey.
And it's not even as if the clock is counting down the seconds. There's at least 2.5 minutes left. A little 1-2, 1-2 from the shooters of Valley Volcanoes.
No goal.
No goal due to contact call against Jade Balderson.
Oh, lovely ball through the middle. That wasn't footwork.
Well, Ashley Davis keeps taking the ball on the run. And a caution given to Sammy Jo Williams for taking the landing space of Ashley Davis. Well, Becca Hughes has not put as many balls up in the air since Molly Underhill has come on the court, but she doesn't apparently need to.
Oh, yeah, that had far too much on it. A couple of errors sneaking in now. Focus needs to remain on form for the last 2 minutes. We've seen this happen to so many teams at the end of a quarter.
But Northeast Inferno firmly in control of their game. Kidner out of the game, out of the circle, and the screen is on from Underhill. And Catherine Hughes, Becca Hughes is pulled for pushing Molly Underhill into Steph Perry, trying to create her own screen, but Catherine Hughes tries to take the ball from Reynolds.
What smart umpiring to see that.
Well, Becky Scott is one of our best. And Jenkins can't quite get that in the net. There is a minute left on the clock of this quarter, and Valley Volcanoes still leading by 2.
This is definitely a point in time where they'll want to just capitalise on this turnover and take it to goal.
Lovely ball by Daltrey. They need to work this to circle edge now.
Oh, what a ball.
And Underhill does exactly that. Daltrey, 30 seconds on the clock. Can Northeast Inferno get this into goal to finish the quarter? Oh! No, they cannot, due to Steph Perry's turnover. Oh. But she's pulled for contact. There is 20 seconds on the clock.
Oh, the crowd's booing.
Boos from the crowd for time wasting. Underhill, pressure shots. No pressure for her. 7 seconds, so Nick Cook will have to take it. Clever play by Daltrey, running the ball. But what a ball it was to Georgia Jenkins, but Chas Jarvis denied that goal. What a quarter it was for both teams.
Wowza.
Northeast Inferno trailing by 3 brought it back to 21 apiece.
That's insane, isn't it? I mean, oh goodness, there's so much to unpick there and so much like going on. Northeast Inferno have a great way of putting themselves in the line of the ball and almost like really strong on that running line. And I think both Sammy Jo Williams and Stephanie Perry have fallen foul to it a couple of times because they've gone for ball and almost got it with 2 hands, but because Northeast Inferno have taken that running line, they're deemed to have contacted. I'm sure they'll feel a bit hard done to, but to be honest with you, I think the umpire's calls are spot on. And then down the other end, just the pressure on the shots, the pressure on the ball coming in. Oh my goodness, this game literally has everything. I feel like we've just been on a merry-go-round for the last 10 minutes.
I definitely feel dizzy after watching this game, but the sheer talent of Northeast Inferno to bring that back, to dig deep after being down by 3 on the run of Valley Volcanoes, to steal that momentum back, and especially the pure smarts of Jess Daltrey to run that centre ball back to Nick Cook, knowing there was 7 seconds left on the clock, to think, you're going to have to take this centre pass now, because any other player would have let the ball go, and knowing Nick Cook, she would have walked back to centre and hoping she could take it in the next quarter.
Yeah, and we've said all the way through this tournament, especially like the last couple of days, we've been watching the clock and we've been like, do they know the time? Are they aware? Why aren't they doing anything about it? And like you say, it was almost perfect timing, because she made a take it on 5 seconds to go. Wow.
And then we also saw Nick Cook forcing that ball to Kerrish Reynolds, who had a wonderful ball into Balderson just on the buzzer, but Tash Jarvis even jumped the shot, which would have been missed if it wasn't for the buzzer as well, because Balderson, because if it was off, then the call would have come from the umpire, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just smart play all over the court. And you know what? We knew that it was going to be a tough game. I'm really pleased from a spectator perspective that this is goal for goal. I'm really pleased for us. But I tell you what, I bet the coaches are on the edge of their feet. If this goes goal for goal and it ends up as a draw, it goes to extra time, right? 2 minutes each way?
2 minutes each way, goal for goal, and then we go for a golden goal, which obviously we're excited by.
I mean it.
But they'll come back onto the court now.
I am totally here for an extra time.
We could watch these two teams all day long. Well, the final quarter gets underway. A Northeast Inferno centre as crafted by Jess Daltrey, just looking for any changes on the court, and no changes by Northeast, no changes either by Valley Volcanoes, both of them happy to continue as they were. But our first turnover comes for Valley Volcanoes. Nick Cook finding Reynolds. Nice swing. And a wonderful triangle to Jenkins, who absolutely capitalises on that one. Volcanoes really pushing on that. Caitlin Jones again takes that turnover so absolutely wonderfully and keeps it in play to Becca Hughes.
She's just a big game player, isn't she?
Caitlin Jones is such a catalyst for Northeast Inferno, and she will not quit. But turned over by Valleys, turned over by Northeast. Scored by Valleys, not scored by Northeast.
Great rebound. Kidner putting
Kidner.
herself in a great position for it.
Well, that turnover by Northeast Inferno needed to be scored. And Katrin Hughes wins the ball back for her team.
But it was a run through, wasn't it, again, of Caitlin Jones that put that first pass under pressure. You definitely want her on your team.
You want her here, not in Cape Verde. Absolutely, that's a fact.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, what?
Jess Daltrey did not want to give that ball in, and rightly so, because Kidner was all over Molly Underhill, and Ashley Davis and Jess Daltrey finding that ball. Daltrey currently on the side of the court tying a shoelace. What a turnover that was. Kidner out for it again. Underhill. Under post.
Let's see what it did there. Smart.
Took me all day to think of that one.
Still goal for goal. Good out by Underhill.
Davis. Underhill, wonderful space.
It was such a nice hold to post, wasn't it? And I just get the feeling that sometimes when they end up with that positional switch of Kidner coming out, it's more effective for Northeast Inferno. So,
what a ball from Nick Cook to find Balderson under the post. Sometimes I feel like these players see things that no one else can.
Yeah, she's like a contortionist as well to have got a body in that position.
And Caitlin Jones, the smallest one in that circle, got the hand on the rebound over to Tash Jarvis. Katrin Hughes wanting to calm things down. And she does settle the pace a little. And Ashley
lovely
Davis's ball. Kidner and Perry look at each other. Well, 24-22 now the score for Inferno. Daltrey, good control in her feet.
Light has been created now for North East Inferno. All they have to do, technically, is just keep possession.
What a ball that was from Underhill. And the bench of North East Inferno go wild with excitement. 3 goals to deficit. It's been done before.
It absolutely has. And Valley Volcanoes have to continue to play with confidence.
Caitlin Jones has taken a bit of a hit here.
She has.
On the contest. We know she's one to put her body on the line, but she's straight up on her feet, pulled up by her teammates. She's a strong contender, Caitlin Jones. And she won't let a hit from Jade Boulderson keep her down. And there she is, straight away in the circle. Bibb on the floor. Absolutely a slip hazard.
Lovely footwork by Jenkins. Big shot.
And there it rolls. 25-23 now the score. Becca Hughes.
Hughes went through 3 defenders then.
Becca Hughes almost losing her footing by planting that foot securely on the ground.
Oh,
great contest in the air.
Really good contest. That was great pressure and really clean, actually. I know that.
And
Underhill,
great umpiring from Matt Cole.
Yeah, I know Underhill didn't seem impressed with that, but the umpiring was spot on.
Boulderson secures it, and that's the turnover that Valley Volcanoes needed, because it's their centre pass and they're 1 goal down. And Jones is pulled for contact. I'm sure she's aching from that hit off Boulderson. And there is Boulderson on the post.
And the much smarter play as well. Again, the 2-on-1. They didn't ping it in straight away. They did one more pass to open it up. Nick Cook with all the smarts.
And there is that 3-goal deficit closed up again. 1 goal.
Oh, 2 hands. 2 hands.
Unfortunate for Kidner. And Perry now out. Underhill still can't put it under the net.
She gets the rebounds well, though, doesn't she?
Well, she is all arms, isn't she, Underhill? We're still back in, goal for goal.
This could literally go any which way.
Who is all about who can run the clock.
Oh, Katrin Jones!
Caitlin Jones once again! And wins the turnover.
She tracked the change of angles so well. She had to change her body one side, the other side.
Well, Sammy Jo Williams was tracking Becca Hughes then through the court, leaving Ashley Davis open. There's the ball again for Underhill. And a lovely ball into court.
Oh, it's through the legs.
Daltrey wasn't ready.
Oh,
that fight in the air.
The confidence to send that ball in.
Well, we know that North East Inferno is a team that have full confidence in each other. And that also comes when balls are flying over the head of Letitia Kidner.
They have to go on ball soon. Like, this is now 3, and it's 3 minutes.
Well, that 3-goal lead has changed sides again, and it's now on North East Inferno's side. Caitlin Jones!
What?
Absolutely incredible scenes from Caitlin Jones, the goal defence from North East Inferno, to take that ball cleanly in the air and run it through.
These goals, these extra goals, are Caitlin's goals. She has absolutely earned this. Look at her, she's holding onto a short. She's pretty broken. She's taken a hit on the floor, but she's still going for absolutely everything.
You can tell that Caitlin Jones is absolutely exhausted, but she still has that power in her to take those flies, to create the opportunities.
And all they've got to do now is just look after the ball. It doesn't matter how many passes they put in. It's an uphill climb for Valley Volcanoes.
Because Underhill has just put them 4 goals ahead on their own centre pass now for Daltrey. Becca Hughes.
They've got to take it quick. They've got to move it quick.
And Steph Perry does and finds Balderson right at the top of the circle.
Steph Perry knew that it had to go quickly. She sent it quickly. Get that centre ball back.
Daltrey not in the mood to give the ball to Nick quickly this time.
Oh, the backing up from...
And Catherine Hughes, the tracking of the ball into Reynolds.
They just lost that drive through, hadn't they? And she tracked it so well.
And now it's all about possession for North East Inferno. Just over 90 seconds left on the clock.
And this is what they do well. They move ball well. They move onto ball well. So to ask them to play possession is like asking them to just do what they do every day of the week.
Matt Cole is struggling to keep up with this game.
I don't blame him. I'm not even sprinting and I'm struggling to keep up with it.
I'm out of breath just watching.
That
Underhill again.
The gold medal. The bench know it.
And a substitution now coming. Time called by Ashley Davis, and Emily Wykes comes on to the wing attack position. Jess Daltrey in centre. 56 seconds on the clock. Do they need to keep moving?
The bench are already celebrating. They know job's done.
Of course they do, because Tash Jarvis has just forced that error again. Own Georgia Jenkins. North East Inferno are redeeming themselves after their bitter loss last year to Valley Volcanoes. 30 seconds now, 4 goals the deficit. It's not enough time for Volcanoes, but they will still try.
I feel
Caitlin
like
Jones again.
If this was a film right now, we'd have ... The saga continues.
Well, 20 seconds. The clock has been paused by umpire Becky Scott.
Valley Volcanoes will still want to get this scored.
Balderson. In the net it goes, 10 seconds, and there'll be no rush from Jess Daltrey. Oh, Catherine Hughes! Catherine Hughes!
Oh, what?
Wonderful play. Molly Underhill will score the final goal. And North East Inferno have stolen the crown from Valley Volcanoes. Final score 31-27, and just look how much it means to them. They lost last year. It was bitter for them, a bitter loss. And this year they came back with a vengeance. They stole it from the same opposition, Valley Volcanoes, with a bang.
That was the most phenomenal game. Honestly, the scenes as well, it's almost a little bit emotional. It's just so well earned. I mean, it could have gone either way at any point in time during the game. Credit to both teams. But look at that. That's how much it means.
Northwest Fury also celebrating with North East Inferno. The northern love shining through. Both teams huddling up together, ready to take their comments from coaches, assistant coaches, team managers alike. And we are going to be seeing North East Inferno taking the crown this year of the FleetEV National League 2024. Well, what a game we ended with. It was absolutely incredible. All the positional power, composure, tips, tricks, turnovers, running across the court. Very well deserved. And as we always said, North East Inferno won that game. They earned that game.
Absolutely. And you know what? We debated, or I debated, on whether like they were brave changes. I wasn't sure, but you know what? It absolutely paid off in their favour. Just Caitlin Jones. I mean, some of those turnovers, they were the key points in time, and then the whole team being able to bring that all the way through to goal. But without those turnovers, like, just stunning, wasn't it?
Especially at a crucial time where the points are so close. Well, we are just setting up here for the trophy presentation. North East Inferno are celebrating once again. Head coach Laurie Barker must be ecstatic with her team's performance, as you would be. with what they've just displayed on court.
Yeah, absolutely. Proud coach moment. And, they really did execute what she'd asked them to do. And they did it with absolute style. Played with confidence the whole way through. Just stunning.
And we are, like we said, setting up here now for the presentation to present the first and second place teams. So winners and runners-up with their trophies and medals. An absolute turnaround from last year. These two teams have been here before, but it was very different outcome last year. Volcanoes put everything on the line there. They played their absolute socks off. And what a difference from the game we saw yesterday between those two teams as well. They definitely learnt their lesson, didn't they? Yeah, they really did. I mean, yesterday, it still went in the way of North East Inferno, didn't it? But actually, it was almost a more convincing win by them. And it was won quite convincingly by the end. At this, even down to the last 3 minutes, you were like, oh, can they? And it was really only the last sort of minute and a half where that 4-goal gap was created, and you thought, yeah, they've done it now. Well, it was down to the wire, absolutely, by North East Inferno, but an absolutely incredible win and a well-deserved win. So we are just waiting here for Vicky Sutton, the CEO of Welsh Netball, to take to the court to present the winners with their medals and the trophy, of course, for this FleetEV National League. And it sets up the competition so well for next year. I know we've still got the presentation to go, but when you look at the performances, the two new teams that have come in and how well they've performed, I mean, Coastal Heat, I have to make sure I say it right, Coastal Heat come in third as well, new into the tournament. Power Sparks, how they've grown throughout, City Flame, you could mention all of them. Everybody has made such a valuable contribution, but actually each individual team has little pockets of magic that they've displayed that you just think, goodness, what if they bought that this year, what is it they can bring next year? And it could easily blow wide open. It absolutely can blow wide open. Well, we will be back with you in a couple of minutes just to introduce that quick presentation that will be happening. So stay right where you are whilst they set up this presentation for the winning teams, for their medals and trophies. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.